Hey, the chat clapped with us. Good.
Why don't you take us in, Jackson? You had a lot of topics this week, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we all did. There's a lot going on this week. Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
I wanted
Welcome
to-
to... Jesus Christ, okay, go. No, it's fine.
No, damn it, fine. I'll steal Jackson's thunder. Hello, welcome to my podcast. Jackson not included. I'm just kidding. Boys, we have a lot of topics. Each and every one of us has a topic. I want to go ahead and segue into mine because we just have so much to talk about. Boys, the Hitman video games are real. Agent 47 is now among us because that is probably the only way I can explain what happened with Alec Baldwin.
I actually said the exact same fucking thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand how an incredibly gross oversight of having a real fucking magazine or real rounds on set could even happen.
Yeah, all right, so give a synopsis of what happened for people that don't know.
What was your topic, Andrew? You can take it.
So I don't know the exact details on what happened, but I do know the results of what happened. Alec Baldwin killed the cinematic photographer as well as wounded the director of the movie he's working on because apparently the gun that he was given for a scene had a real magazine in it and was basically a real gun, and he just fucking shot them.
I mean, basically, it was genuinely a real gun.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, so from the reports that I've read, they're shooting a film called Rust. I don't think Alec Baldwin is at all guilty of anything from what I've read. He was just given what he thought was a prop weapon to fire in a scene, and he did that. And a bullet fired off and hit, who was it? The cinematographer?
Yeah.
Hutchins.
Yeah, one of the production people, and tragically killed her. And it's controversial online because people think that Alec Baldwin is somehow to blame for that. Kaya, you think that?
Not for all of it, but I'm just saying they use real guns on sets. You're not supposed to use real bullets, obviously. But if he knew that, I mean, he's an actor of how many decades, right? If you're handed a gun, you first check if it's like loaded or not before you point it at another human.
That's not their responsibility, though.
That's exactly right. It's absolutely
everybody's responsibility.
There's a literal on-set armorer whose entire job is to ensure every weapon and firearm is safe. He was told it was a cold gun, which means that there's nothing in it. Literally nothing. Cold gun meaning that there's not even blanks or anything in it, from what I read. And he didn't point it at anybody. He unholstered it and it fired as it was being unholstered. So that's what happened, according to what I read, at least.
Wow.
He's well, what if he's just a quick draw? I wish this was like a Hitman scenario or like a murder mystery, like maybe the armor. I mean, how do you know? Maybe he actually intended to kill that woman and he's now framing the armorer.
Yeah, how do we know that Alec Baldwin at the last minute wasn't replaced by a bald man wearing his clothing?
Yeah, what if he was last seen being dragged behind some bushes? He's still hogtied.
Yeah. Well, and the armorer is actually also getting into hot water because apparently on a different film, she gave an 11-year-old kid a gun without prepping it and checking it as well.
Apparently the armorer was also,
from what it seems.
Yeah, she was also not experienced at all. She was there to replace somebody because workers were dropping off the set due to outrageous conditions. They had to drive 50 miles each day just to get to set. And then as they started dropping out, they just told them to leave and they replaced them with non-union workers to take the jobs.
And you're leaving out, I think, wait, where is this link? What was it? They left the set because that same gun had already misfired twice before.
Yep.
Wait, really?
And the people were
3 previous discharges on set.
How the fuck didn't they get a new gun then?
Where are these bullets magically coming from? It's like an infinite magazine or some shit.
So to go a little deeper on that, when it doesn't necessarily mean every discharge was a live round, it could also just mean a blank fired. But it's still a problem because all those discharges were when it was called a cold gun, meaning it shouldn't have blank in it or anything like that. So Alec Baldwin's stunt double fired off 2 rounds in what was called a cold gun. So there was just problems constantly on that set. And Alec Baldwin is actually a producer on there, so he shares responsibility at least for ensuring like the people there are, qualified and safe, but it wasn't his responsibility to like be a fucking action movie hero who flips the 6-shooter out to check each bullet to make sure it's not live. He's an actor. And he had an on-set armorer, and the assistant director cleared the gun saying it was cold. So it's not he wasn't responsible for like gun firing.
Like you just said, I think his responsibilities lie with the hiring process. He hired people that weren't qualified for the position, so he should be held guilty for that. He should be held guilty for that, but not murder.
If people are like, "Hey, dude, this gun went off like multiple times before," and he's like, "Okay, fuck you, go home. I'm just gonna hire randos." Including this 24-year-old who's just apparently not good at her job. That's like, okay.
That's what fucking...
kind of culpable here.
That's what fucking shocks me. The fact that it cold fired twice before this, and they didn't think to even at the... Or 3 times, and even at the small level think to get a different gun or something. Do anything about it.
I had seen text message chains between crew members posted around the internet. I'm not sure of the validity of them, so it's up for debate. But they were basically saying that the armor would take the gun out and put live ammo in it and just shoot it outside for fun in between like break.
That's incredibly oh my god.
Way.
I don't know if
Oh my god.
I don't know if it was the armor or it was someone else, but I had seen text message chains between crew members saying that someone was doing that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I read that in one of the articles as well. Also, apparently, one of them alleged that they kept the like prop, what is it called? The part of the bullet that actually goes boom. Whatever, the blanks, basically. They kept the blanks and live ammo in the same spot. Which is also how they suspect an actual bullet somehow may have snuck its way into the gun.
Why is bullets even on set? Yeah, why? Yeah. Why? It's not a fucking
I have no idea.
Military zone.
Because I guess they were taking fucking little pot shots at like road signs or something.
No,
when
they have to defend the set from raiders.
I get the use of real bullets in certain scenarios because they save on effects. For example, imagine they're shooting at the side of a hill or something. You don't have to put explosives in the hill. You don't have to create the muzzle effects on the gun. Filming a real gun shooting saves a lot of production, but you should never be shooting them at real people and actors. That's...
Or even like, just erroneously, like going out back just to shoot it on your break. That's
exactly.
Stupid.
You should never be taking a prop gun and using it for real purposes like that. Like they should be separate and different. Jesus.
Well, in case you were confused about this, as I was, by the way, listening, what they call a prop gun is a literal just gun. It's a real gun, except they just load it with blanks. I had no idea. I thought those were just like realistic looking toys, not just literal real guns.
There's both,
I was just about to say, from what I understand, it's different levels, but they call them all prop guns anyway. There are guns that don't fire and can literally not fire anything. Yeah. And those are in the same category as the guns that are modified to be prop guns,
which is absolutely fucking stupid. They should be treated as different things.
I think so as well. I feel like you shouldn't have one all-encompassing label for a gun that literally doesn't work, or a gun that is literally a gun that also works.
There are fucking prop guns that are literally just like molded pieces of wood painted black, so that if you're in like a chase scene or a scene where the camera's constantly moving and cutting, you just need to see the outline of a gun. It doesn't need to be used. And that's on the same level as a real fucking gun on set. That's unacceptable. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why it's ridiculous. Like, you can't just play around with guns like that. And I'm not accusing the guy of murder, but like, somebody hands you a gun, and apparently you are in charge of this whole operation, and your people are just fucking around basically with it. I wouldn't trust these people. I wouldn't have trusted anybody on set. So apparently this was from the 911 call. I don't know who Mitchell is, but Mitchell can be overheard telling somebody nearby, "This fucking AD that yelled at me at lunch asking about revisions. This motherfucker. Did you see him lean over my desk and yell at me? He's supposed to check the guns. He's responsible for what happened." They're talking about...
Assistant director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he is the
Dave
one who
Halls.
he was the last one to say it was a cold gun. He had apparently picked up the gun, and he was the one that gave it to Baldwin, shouting on set, cold gun, whatever.
Have
like,
we
letting everyone
investigated
know.
any link between him and the person who died? Because maybe it is an assassination attempt through Alec Baldwin.
Maybe she was the bad guy. She was a like agent for Providence or something. She was KGB.
Oh, maybe she this was her way of suicide or something.
Wow, that's elaborate. She shakes hands with Alec before the scene. I need it to be over. I'm done with this. I hate this movie so much.
Make it look like an accident. Tell my husband I love him. I want to see the blooper reel. So how do you fail this hard though? This is like multiple people. 3 fucking distinct people had to all not give a shit. Alec, the assistant director, and obviously the armorer herself. Like, how do 3 people pass a gun from hand to hand?
Yeah.
And not
they
think
all
for
hated
a
being
split
there.
second, oh, what if there's... They what?
They hated being there. I wouldn't be surprised if half of them were fucking
Yeah.
delusional. It's not an excuse for them, but like it's not
Yeah,
like
I
they were
guess.
giving it their best.
Oh yeah, clearly.
They genuinely were fucking miserable. That people were dropping out from safety concerns and like the unacceptable working conditions, and it was an absolute disaster on every possible front.
I still don't know.
Is Gutierrez Reed, is that the girl? Is that the 24-year-old armorer?
The armorer is Hannah Gutierrez Reed, yeah.
Yeah, so according to this article, the most troubling incident occurred when Gutierrez Reed allegedly loaded a gun on the ground, where the area was filled with pebbles, which you shouldn't do because stuff can get in the barrel, and then it's basically a bullet. Then, without properly checking the weapon, handed it to child actress Ryan Chiara.
Wait, is this
Why
the
is
same
she-
movie?
No, it was a different movie. So she had it. He kind of brought it up a minute ago. On a different movie, she gave an unchecked gun to an 11-year-old on set.
Holy
Yeah, that's
fuck.
what I was talking about earlier.
That's insane.
Why would
Oh,
she
she
be
was also
loading
on
a
a
gun on the ground like David Hasselhoff eating a burger? What? Like, why is she on the ground loading a gun?
Tactical reload.
Jesus Christ!
There's no time for that, Charlie. She's just got to get it loaded.
She's like combat rolling around on the ground.
Oh my god.
She was on a podcast. I was actually gonna listen to this and like pull clips, but I got lazy and I had to take a shit before the show. She was on a podcast called Voices of the West last month, where she actually talked about how inexperienced she is and how nervous she is about this job.
Oh,
She
Jesus
said,
Christ.
it was also my first time being a head armorer as well. You know, I was really nervous about it at first, and I almost didn't take the job because I wasn't sure if I was ready. But it went really smoothly. Well, that time.
So who do you think's going to get tried for this?
I don't think anyone's gonna get tried, unfortunately. But I think like the upper brass, like the upper echelon, and especially the armor, need to face some kind of repercussions, some kind of serious like ramifications for this.
You don't think someone will get charged
No.
for murder?
Very
don't think it's
possible
gonna
they
be
won't.
ruled a murder or anything.
They might
Yeah,
label
no,
it
it's
as a
probably not.
workplace accident.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, or maybe
people die on these sets.
manslaughter
all-
at best.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
people
say
die on sets
manslaughter.
all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's never. Those are usually genuine, like technical accidents.
No. Don't you remember in Deadpool 2, they had hired a completely inexperienced stunt woman to do one of the stunts, and she had said multiple times she does not want to do the stunt or she wanted to do it differently, and they forced her to do it the way they had it written. And when she did the stunt, an accident occurred and she died. They didn't
But-
face any kind of charges.
That's a bit different than loading an actual bullet into a gun. I feel
It's still like the same level though. Like it's gross negligence.
true. Yeah.
Like they could have easily, like I think it was she wanted to wear a helmet while doing it. A, she didn't really want to do the stunt as it was, and B, she wanted to wear a helmet, I think is what the story is. I don't remember the whole thing, but she wasn't wanting to do the stunt, but they forced her to anyway, and like without a helmet. And then she crashed through glass and died
Ooh.
on Deadpool 2 set.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
sad.
It just happens a lot on these movies because they try and make it quick and cut all these corners and shit, but they don't ever face any kind of real charges or anything. Like, I don't think many people even remember that happened on Deadpool 2.
No. I remember.
I didn't even hear about that.
Some kind of motorcycle crash on a movie, but I don't remember.
That was Deadpool 2.
And it was also Resident Evil. The one that you may have heard is Resident Evil. The stunt woman was doing a motorcycle stunt, and her like whole body got degloved, meaning peeled off her skin or something.
Christ.
Yeah, I don't remember that one super well either because that was also quite a bit ago. But it was some kind of crazy accident where it was an unsafe motorcycle stunt, and she got fucking destroyed. Like her life instantly changed forever.
The one I'm thinking about, the person wasn't killed or anything, but they were like paralyzed from the like neck down or something.
That's Resident Evil. I think that's her. Let me check.
There was another motorcycle one. It seems like motorcycles are a massive issue in movies.
The one that I will always think about when it comes to movie accidents is the Twilight Zone movie. You guys know that
With the
one?
helicopter?
Yeah, with the helicopter. So the Twilight Zone movie was a movie back in the, I think, late 80s, some long while ago, and there was a scene that was supposed to take place during the Vietnam War, and there was supposed to be like a helicopter crash while this soldier was rescuing these two Vietnamese children, and they were filming far past the rights for children labor laws, so the kids shouldn't have even been there, and like the rig was really not finished, and all these different problems came up. So they started rolling, and the helicopter starts crashing, and the guy's dragging these kids through the rain and like this flood, and all of a sudden the helicopter veers off course, and it hits the ground at the perfect angle that the helicopter blades perfectly decapitate all three of them. And
Holy
that
fuck.
moment is on film because they were filming at the time. And if you really look hard, you can find it online. It's extremely fucked up.
You can see three children get decapitated.
Two
in
children
Hollywood.
and the main actor. And
Wow.
there is a reason that movie has not come out or never been released or finished. Yeah.
When was that?
Like in the 80s,
I think you're wrong, Andrew. I'm pretty sure the movie did come out, by the way. I thought I remembered them still releasing it. I was talking about this last night, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they still released that movie.
Oh my god, they
What are
might
the
have
odds that you were
released it.
talking about it last night? Oh, I guess you were talking about Hollywood accidents.
Yeah.
There might be two different movies about the Twilight Zone then?
Yeah, they went back and redid it. It wasn't caught on camera.
No, the movie came out. No, the movie that had the accident came out. It's just called Twilight Zone, the movie. I
Oh my god,
they,
you're right.
They literally released it like on schedule even after this.
Wow, you're right.
Did
It
they-
did come out. I thought they canned it after that, but no, you're right.
What the fuck?
1982 is when this happened, by the way.
Was it literally the last scene that they had to shoot? How does a main actor die and they still continue on with the production?
Fuck if I know.
That red carpet would have been empty.
Apparently the movie's an anthology, so they have like a bunch of different short stories within the movie, so that's probably how. I haven't actually watched the movie. I've only watched the scene and the stuff around it. But it's pretty gnarly.
We're gonna take a look at all of these workplace accidents in Hollywood and see that what's his name is connected to them all.
Agent
Alec
47.
Baldwin. No, Alec Baldwin. He's like producer on all of them somehow.
Oh boy.
We can't rule anything out.
He orchestrates it all. Do you think he orchestrated for the entire cast and crew to have a box of awesome?
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
only way
hope-
to make up for that kind of negligence.
I hope so too, because I know that when I'm witnessing horrible tragedies that shouldn't happen, I feel a lot better thanks to Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post partners with small businesses and emerging brands to bring you the most unique goods every month. I actually recently just got a box of awesome with a full bar set in it. So it had a nice little metal shaker glass and some martini glasses and a list of cocktails. So if you're a big alcoholic man out there, or you enjoy drinking here or there or entertaining your friends, that's a box for you. And they have tons of other different boxes that you can check out with little starter kits of things that you might be interested in. All you have to do is take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help pick the right box for you. New boxes every month. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel at any time. Each box only costs $45, but has over $70 worth of stuff inside. Get 20% off of your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter code official at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code official for 20% off of your first box.
Yay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Alec Baldwin should rot in jail just because he's one of those fucking SNL people. That's a crime enough, really.
What?
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I hate SNL as much as the next guy,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's solely responsible for how bad SNL is.
Yeah, I don't think
think he
someone
deserves
should go to
life in
jail
prison
because
for
no,
that.
they all
I
I
don't
don't think someone should go to jail because you don't find something funny. I mean,
Let's not get carried away. I think James
I don't
Corden
know.
should be jailed. 100%.
What would it? How
It's
long
like
should he sentence me?
criminally
Like, life?
unfunny.
James Corden's sentence?
Yeah, life in prison for that.
No, he doesn't deserve life in prison, but he should be
We
in
can
like a
yeah.
rehabilitative program
Yeah.
in prison for a couple years.
There's room for him to
comedy
come
lessons.
out better. I don't think we should
Yeah.
lock him away forever. That's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to reiterate that I personally don't think that Alec Baldwin is guilty of anything, and I'm sure that he feels pretty bad for what's happened. If he's human, I don't know. Maybe he's like a Hollywood reptilian dude who doesn't even understand what's happened. But I
Probably.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably doesn't enjoy what's happened, so
What
he
if-
probably
what if
feels
he
pretty
loved
guilty
it?
enough.
What if he felt a rush like never before when it happened? He was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
He's tasted blood. Now he wants more.
That might explain why there was a second injured person. Apparently, I was a bit confused by that. How did he?
That's what I said,
Did he fire?
yeah.
Did he fire twice? Like, or did the
No.
bullet?
No,
No,
The
it,
director
they're
was
saying that the
positioned.
bullets
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
through her and then hit the guy behind
yeah, it
her.
was collateral damage.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe
Wouldn't
that's
they
what he
also have,
feels. Go ahead.
Where was she even hit? Like, shouldn't they have paramedics on scene or something if you're filming shit like that? With
They
stunts
probably
and
They should
guns
have
and
bullet
whatnot?
shields.
I mean, also depending on where she was shot, she could have died instantly. Like if you're shot through the brain or the heart, it's gonna be
Yeah.
real hard to fix you.
I guess.
He should have put that on his montage.
Yeah. But, like I said, I want to see the blooper reel. I want to see his fucking face afterwards. Like, wait a minute, why is she acting? Is she one of the actors? Did I just play pretend shooter or real? That must be a
I'm
really
pretty sure
shitty
they would
moment.
have immediately known. As soon, I'm sure he could feel it in his hands. I think there's a bit of a difference, maybe.
Especially with like a revolver. He would have
Oh, it was a
absolutely fucking
revolver?
felt that. I mean, it's a Western. I don't think he was going in there with like a
Oh
Glock.
my god! If it's a fucking revolver, you can see the bullets in the chamber.
No. Apparently, it would be a single action revolver, so he would have had to pop it out to check. And it's
Fair.
not. And apparently, Baldwin himself is really anti-gun, so it's not like he's going to do some kind of tactical reload to check it himself.
Good lord!
He's definitely probably anti-gun
Okay,
now.
if you're some anti-gun nut and you're like, you know guns are dangerous, and so again, I didn't know that these were fucking real guns, right? So to me, I always thought they were like really good-looking plastic models or something.
That's
so
what I
like, if you
thought.
handed me a gun, if I was an actor and you hand me like a toy gun and I know it's a toy, like, yeah, okay, I'll point it at you. Who gives a shit? It's basically like a water pistol, right? But if I'm like a seasoned actor and I know this is a real weapon. Like, I'm not gonna point it at anybody unless I check for myself. I don't give a shit if somebody
Yeah.
told me it's fine. Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you not to be an idiot.
I just feel like you
Even,
wouldn't
like-
have that perspective in the moment because this was 12 days of straight filming in awful conditions and you just want to do your part and be done.
Yeah.
I feel like that just wouldn't cross your mind in the moment. You have like multiple professionals whose entire job is dedicated to ensuring that the gun is safe and you just want to get the fuck out of there and it's a rehearsal. They're telling you just unholster it for this shot. I don't think in that position anyone would be like, okay, I need to double check this just in case.
I'd be very strongly willing to
Yeah.
bet that a lot of this was just from frustration and anger and kind of just getting sloppy because of emotions.
Well, he's been in the industry for what, like 30, 40 years, so it's probably just all second nature to him anyway.
Maybe.
I'm not going to
Well,
check
let
if
that be a lesson.
if the professionals that are there, their entire sole purpose is to check those kinds of things so that you don't have to. Eventually, there's going to become a point where you just kind of go on autopilot. You don't check and fire the gun every single scene.
Yeah.
Plus, do we know?
Well,
Do we know if he like? I thought Charlie said that it fired when he was unholstering it.
That's
it was
what
just an
I
automatic
read.
thing.
So what happened, from what I read, he was instructed to unholster the weapon, and what happened is while unholstering, it fired. Since it's a revolver, there's obviously going to be like a lot of kick, so the bullet just must have went much higher after unholstering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he probably wasn't even aiming it in any particular direction.
No, from what I read, he wasn't. He was literally unholstering the gun for some kind of rehearsal or something like that.
He's lucky he didn't get shot while toting it around.
Well, I'm sure he would have preferred if he shot himself as opposed to someone else, because at least it would have just been like his leg or something.
Obviously, but what I'm saying is he's lucky that maybe while walking around or putting it onto his belt, he's lucky he didn't get shot in the leg or something.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. What would you pick if you had the choice between, not choice, but like between accidentally shooting yourself in the dick and shooting somebody else? I'm picking you. Sorry.
Does it have to be in the dick?
Yeah, does it have to be the cock?
Like, I don't even know.
Just choose that.
Because I would, without a doubt, shoot myself in the leg instead of someone else. But
do you value your balls and your dick and the immense pain more than somebody else's life? Because I don't think I'd shoot myself in the dick.
Is it just the cock, or is it also your like nuts? Will I still be able to breathe afterwards?
Yes. No,
I still be
your nuts are gonna explode like watermelons in slow-mo.
Do I have sperm in the freezer? Like,
no.
Can I have
Jackson
tactical
prepared
ball
for
reload?
catastrophic dick damage? I mean,
Can we name that the episode Catastrophic Dick Damage?
sure.
Yeah.
Jackson, you had another set story, right? About Ruby Rose, I think. You tagged me earlier.
Oh yeah, what's that about? I didn't have a chance to read that.
Yeah, so actually, Kaya, you posted this a few weeks ago. Ruby Rose, a famed actress on the CW series Batwoman, she essentially a few weeks ago came out with these horrifying set conditions. Like, apparently it's just such a shit, like CW is just such a shit company to work for. There were just a lot of like bullying and you know, just unprofessional shit happening on set, and Ruby Rose came out and like exposed all of that happening. Not surprised, honestly.
She was Batwoman for one season. Afterwards, she quit or she was fired. I don't know if Batwoman is still going on.
I was going to ask, that show's still going?
Batwoman.
Yeah, they just announced a new season.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But she was Batwoman.
Yeah,
what happened?
The Batwomen keep dropping out, right? So they keep having to like hire new Batwomen. So apparently Ruby Rose alleges that there was bullying on set and there was shitty working conditions. She got, I don't know, crippled almost or something, and then she had to come back to work, and she alleges that's why her acting was so stiff, because she was basically forced to work with a broken neck, or like a twisted neck or some shit. And then CW came out and said, "Nuh-uh, actually, Ruby Rose is the bully, you guys. She was a dictator to work for." So did you read that article,
Yeah,
Jackson?
so that article came out today, and yeah, basically they just pulled a reverse card and said that she was the issue. So now we don't know who to believe. Is it Ruby Rose that was the issue, or was it the CW production company? Really, it's impossible to know. All I know for sure is that she did actually like hurt herself pretty severely on set. Like she showed proof of X-rays of her neck or sternum or whatever the fuck it was being broken. There's a lot there. Like, she posted, I don't know, like 2 hours worth of posts on Instagram, so it was a lot to go through. And
one of the things was apparently somebody like got second-degree burns on their face, and his face was melting off on set. And it's like, I couldn't find anything on it, but she was upset that they didn't get counseling after that. A bunch of other people apparently got injured somehow. But yeah, so some of her coworkers, though, are calling her out for being apparently a snooty bitch. They are alleging that she's full of shit and that she's lying about her injuries. This is from...
Wait, her coworkers are saying that?
Yeah, like the production assistant from Batwoman.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant like
crew member.
Other actors and actresses. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Well, what? They're still co-workers.
It's just as crew members, so...
It's a little different, though. Like, for a coworker, like, they're directly responsible for some of those things, so obviously they don't want that on their reputation. But for, like, another, like, like supporting actor in the show or something, they would have obviously had the same experience, I imagine. So I don't see why they wouldn't roll over.
No, when I'd say coworker, I meant, so this guy's apparently a production assistant. His name is Alexander Baxter, and he says she showed up late most days, didn't have her lines memorized, and whenever she interacted with anyone below the line, production assistant, Alex, crew, grapes, it was as though we were beneath her boots. She stormed off set, she yelled at people, and whenever she interacted with any of us, production assistants, we were disregarded as the trash we picked up.
I'd probably kind of be pretty angry too if I was put in a position where my neck was broken by them. I wouldn't be very kind to the production assistants at that point.
One day at the studio,
we only hit her with a cinder block, and now she's just being so rude. What a bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well,
we did our job. Why isn't she doing hers?
One day at the studio, we spent the entire morning setting up her requested green room. 6 heaters, because she was used to Australian hot weather, and her table of snacks, only to have her show up, giggle, walk away, and say she's good. We chalked it up to another, quote, Ruby's just giving orders for the sake of giving orders moment, and moved on. Then, I was holding a door open for her after having worked over 15 hours at that point in the freezing cold weather, and she came billowing through the door that I just opened, and she spilled her food. She looked at it, then up at me, and said, well? And then stormed off and left me to clean up her mess.
That just doesn't sound real. It sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of a Disney movie.
Well,
after the movie's finished, she's going to learn the power of friendship and kindness.
Was she expecting him to get on his feet and start eating it off the ground for her?
Yeah.
Baby bird it into her mouth. What a weird thing to say.
I met one of her close friends on a dating app. He shared with me stories of them partying, getting high on all assortments of drugs. Oh yeah, they also accuse her of showing up to set like 8 hours late and high.
Yeah, what a surprise. I'm sure that probably happened.
This sounds like this whole entire scenario from top to bottom is just like, no, you're an asshole. No, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck you. Like this just sounds like they're taking whatever shots they can at each other now.
It sounds like an industry in general that's queens. Yeah, it's full of like drama queens and unprofessional people who are hired through like nepotism and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like from both stories that we've heard today, it just sounds like everyone involved in like most people involved in Hollywood productions just aren't great people, which is shocking.
You know what though? Ruby Rose better not have been rude to my boy Keanu. If I find that out, I'll be upset.
I would be very upset to find that out too.
Is he? What are they doing together?
They were on John Wick 2 together.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What role did she play in John Wick 2 again?
The assassin, the mute assassin.
Yes, yeah. I've never liked her.
Well, even though she's mute, do you think that she couldn't help herself from raving about MeUndies?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Are you ready for mashed potato season? AKA turkey with gravy and cranberry sauce season? AKA every kind of pie and more season? Now that I've said that, MeUndies is here with the softest and stretchiest undies in the game, so you can be ready for seconds and thirds. MeUndies believes that comfort is about more than what's touching your skin. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, even post-Thanksgiving dinner. Why do I have to keep reminding you all out there that we all wear MeUndies? This is not a bit. This is not a shtick. All 4 of us wear MeUndies. They are super fucking comfortable. They have all sorts of prints. It's almost Halloween. They have Halloween prints now. And I know that because my girlfriend bought a pair of Halloween print. They're cute. You look at some girl's butt.
Spooky?
In Halloween, they are spooky. I look at her butt in the Halloween underwear and I go, oh my God, that's shocking. It's amazing. They have tons of different styles. We all wear them. We fucking love MeUndies. They are comfortable as fuck. I don't know what to tell you that I haven't told you many times before. For the love of God, they are well-made, very, very comfortable underwear for both men and women. So don't be shy out there, no matter what you look like. They also go from sizes extra small to 4XL. So no matter what body shape you've got out there, you will find a comfy pair of underwear. They also have a full refund within 45 days policy if you're not satisfied. And you're going to get 15% off your first order with free shipping and that 100% satisfaction guarantee, but only by going to MeUndies.com/official. MEUNDIES.com/official for 15% off of your first order with free shipping. Wear the underwear the official boys wear at MeUndies.
The official underwear.
Yeah, I wish we could call it that.
You briefly mentioned mashed potatoes. Do they have any mashed potato prints?
I have no
'Cause
idea.
I will invest in that if that's the case. Mashed potato is my favorite food item of all time, I think. Potatoes are so good.
I felt
Potatoes
compelled.
are so good.
Yeah, I felt compelled to mention the whole Thanksgiving stuff. I don't know. Something came over me.
Oh, I'm glad you did, for whatever
Yeah.
reason that might be. It reminded me of what I love most in life. So thank you. But yeah, like a lot of those fucking sets and, you know, the shitty, like Riverdale and stuff, like those shows, I'm sure they're just nightmares to work for. I'm sure everyone is so dramatic and over the top on those sets. Someone posted in our Discord chat about DC Titans, and I'll read this briefly. I worked on Titans for a bit, and I can tell you that the working conditions on that show are absolutely fucked. No matter what department you were in, cast or crew, there was always drama. We had a good man in special effects die during a test because we were so overworked.
Oh my
I don't know what that
God.
means.
What?
That's successful.
What the fuck could have happened there?
These shows,
overworked.
I can't believe these things keep going. I feel like these are the shows that if they really had to compete on TV, they would last for a season and then never come back. But Titans is apparently in season 3 and going
Who
into season
watches
4, and fucking like Batwoman, you said, is doing a new season. It's like, I don't know. I can't believe all these shows are still going. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, people watch it. Right? I mean, there's just weirdos like me who like Riverdale. I mean, you could say the same about the Korean shows that all get funded for.
No, I'm
There's-
sure
yeah, I mean,
the
there's
Korean shows
probably-
have great sets.
There's probably a big dedicated audience out there who just watch anything superhero related, no matter how good it is.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god. The complete weirdos.
So the post continues on saying, I had to file a formal complaint to Warner Brothers HR. The investigation took a few months and they admitted there was wrongdoing on the accountant's end, but nothing's... Wait, what? The accountant's end?
They didn't
How is the
calculate how much it would
accountant-
could cost if someone died.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is the accountant involved in that? Someone died at the special effects and it was the accountant's fault? Anyway, there was there was wrongdoing on the accountant's end, but nothing seemed to happen as she was hired to come back the following season. They liked her work so much they invited her back for the second season. First of all, I want to dispel the myth that HR is there for employees. They're entirely there to cover, you know, the company. They're there to protect
Yeah.
the company. So don't for a second think going to HR is going to like result in anything good for you, or, you know, solve any potential issues that you may have. It's to entirely cover the company. But yeah, I'm sure most of those sets, most of those, like, you know, CW shows are the exact same. I would not want to be within shooting distance of
I mean,
those.
not just CW. I mean, I suspect it's just Hollywood in general, right? Not all of these people are fucking nice, obviously. They're gonna be assholes about it.
There is definitely a culture, but I think it also depends entirely on, you know, the chemistry of the people working together and the circumstances of the filming.
Wow, someone in chat just said something super interesting. I'm not sure if it was a joke or if it was true, but someone in our chat said, I work at a SeaWorld Parks location and we have in budget 9 annual deaths at the park. So they budget for 9 deaths.
That's fucking
Is that
cool.
what the accountant's job
Or
is?
like just in general?
You guys, you work at Busch Gardens. We have insider information here in the chat. So Busch Gardens, we might get in trouble for this maybe, I'm not sure if we should continue on this front.
Hang on, Blackjack, do you have a mic? I want to hear the story about how you guys budget. Do you account for the, like, pain and suffering of loved ones?
Yeah, how do you account for that? Maybe
Hang
there
on,
is a
I wanna talk
death
to him.
accountant.
Briefly. Where's
Are
this
you
motherfucker's
knowledgeable
name?
about it,
Okay.
Blackjack?
Blackjack, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey.
there you are. Hi. So,
Yeah. So I
how many
work
people
at,
die?
Busch Gardens.
Okay, oh, by the like, don't fucking dox yourself accidentally. Keep it vague.
Well, we have multiple Busch Gardens locations.
Okay.
So I work at one of them, and they tell us during the HR initiation that it's in budget for our park specifically 9 deaths per year.
What the fuck?
What-
For
how-
your for your park specifically, so that's not the entire Busch Gardens like brand, or you know,
No,
all of
each
their.
park has a different number of deaths per year allowed.
Do you know if yours is a particularly more dangerous park? Like, do they
Yeah,
account
what
for more
It's
deaths?
actually the most safest.
And there's still 9 deaths. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, we haven't had a death in years, but we have had a couple of injuries.
Well, then why
Okay,
why do you
so-
account for 9? That's such a high number.
Yeah, how do they usually die?
Usually it's accidents on roller coasters, so somebody didn't buckle up all the way. We haven't had one of those in a long ass time though.
Oh, so it's not just workers; it's just general park deaths.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just general park deaths.
Okay. I thought it was like workers, like going there, you're at risk of getting like mauled by an animal or something as a worker. Okay, and they accounted for that.
The animals that we have in the park are kept in a separate area.
Okay.
There's like a security checkpoint that you got to pass through to feed them.
They have their own death budget as well, I'm sure.
Do you have your own armor
Luckily,
at the
we
park?
haven't had any of those.
So, okay, somebody dies, then what happens? Do you pay out to the family? Do you wait until you get sued? What is the budget exactly for? Is it like lawyer fees to defend
Settlements, I'm
yourselves?
sure.
Or yeah, is it settlements
It's
money?
usually settlements. They try to offer, I believe it's somewhere between 100 and 120K to the family before they take it to court.
Okay, so that's what a human life is worth. Now we know 100 and
Yeah, no,
120K. Okay.
Okay.
That is actually like the standard for a human life in America. Apparently, is 110 or 120K. That's what like the
Wow.
law dictates is reasonable.
Paid out to the family.
That's
Have they ever
shockingly
successfully
high.
sued for more?
I'm not sure if they've been sued for more. They didn't give us any information on that, but they did tell us that the family also gets free passes to the entire park.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah.
You get free
You
passes
can come
to
visit.
every park in our network.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
it.
That's where I
Family
want to
member
go. The
died.
place that my brother was killed. Let's go
Man,
back.
that's a fucking great deal.
Fuck yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
shit, you get free parking too.
Oh my
That's pretty
god.
good.
The deals keep on
Okay.
going. Jackson, do you
I'm
want to go to
gonna
a theme park with me
sacrifice
and
it.
not buckle up?
Yeah, I just gotta go sacrifice a friend or something over there and
Oh
reap the
my
benefits.
god.
You're
what a
making
deal.
money.
Oh my god. Do you like throw confetti and shit? Is there like a giant alarm that rings like 1 millionth customer death? Hey, you win free park entry.
No,
Amazing.
usually what happens when there's an injury like that is they evacuate the guest from that section of the park, and then we go in through the back doors, and we just kind of just remove the body and put it in an ambulance, and they ship it off to the hospital.
How
And
how
then the
long have you
rides
been
open
doing
up
this?
the rest of the day. Like it opens back up that day, or is it down for a
well,
while?
it would
I
have
hope?
to.
So I work in the grounds department, so I would be responsible for going in there and cleaning up all the pavement and shit from all the blood, and then they would open it back up.
Cool.
It's like a death camp.
Yeah. So your protocol for
Wow.
if someone dies at Busch Gardens is the exact same as if someone vomits on the sidewalk.
Yeah, basically, you throw
Oh,
some
no, if somebody
sawdust on the
vomits
vomit
sidewalk,
on
they
the
just
blood.
move around it.
Oh,
Oh,
even better.
man.
Yeah, we don't bother with that.
Holy shit.
This
When
is
was the
turning
last
into like a
death?
whistleblowing event. This is great.
Cool.
Whoa. Hang on, were you there for the last death?
I was not there for the last death. I've only been there for a couple years now.
Oh, okay. So you've never
So it really doesn't
personally,
happen
like,
that
scraped the
often.
body off the pavement?
All. Go ahead.
No, I've never seen anybody die, but I was there when we had an accident while they were building the new ride at one of our parks.
Or what happened?
So there was a gentleman for the contracting company that was building our new roller coaster that was not wearing his safety harness when he was up, I believe, about 200 feet in the air. Leaned over out of the cherry picker, fell, and bounced off the ground.
Ah.
Ouch. 200,
Now,
he fell
when
200
he was
feet
when he was
and he didn't die?
when he was up there working, did his coworker happen to be really bald and wearing a suit? I'm just saying, keep an eye out for that guy. Yeah, keep an eye out for that guy. He tends to show up in a lot of places. It's weird.
Yeah, fair enough.
How did he fall 200 feet and not die? That's impressive. That's like Wolverine.
Yeah, so the area that they were working on was one of the drop zones, so there was no concrete base. So he just kind of landed on the earth and then bounced another 20 feet in the air and then came back down.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's like he went on his own ride.
Human bouncy ball.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
awesome.
the next day OSHA came in and my boss told me in the morning, he goes, "Hey, I don't want you to use any chemicals today. I don't want them asking any more questions than they should."
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Woo!
Oh. That's not suspicious.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty normal.
Nope, not at all.
Well, thank you
All
very
right,
much for joining us to expose
Yeah.
your place of work. I hope this doesn't lead to any negative repercussions for you, like you're sent up in a roller coaster chain lift without a seatbelt on in your next annual meeting or something.
It's fine. That's my
It'll be
weekend job.
fine.
Oh, okay. That's
All right,
good
yeah,
then.
Yeah, it's fine if you get fucked there. Then
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine if I get fired. I don't really care.
Well, thank you for that.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks, Blackjack.
Well, if he does happen to get fired, he could probably recoup his losses with some cryptocurrency investing. What do you say?
Probably,
need to,
yeah,
yeah.
that's...
Yeah, and I would say if you're interested in investing in cryptocurrency, you should check out Kraken. With Kraken, you can buy and sell over 50 of the most popular cryptos. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. No, seriously, there's a bunch of cryptos. There's new ones popping up all the time. It's super easy to get started. Just download the app, create your account, and you'll be investing in minutes. One of the coolest things about buying crypto through Kraken is that you don't need a lot of money to start. Even if Bitcoin is worth 40K, 50K, how about if Bitcoin's worth an oddly specific number of about 120K? It doesn't matter. Because you can buy as little as $10. Yeah, and a free pass to Busch Gardens. Just a specific random amount. You can buy as little as $10 worth just to get your feet wet. So whether or not one of your close relatives has died at a theme park, it doesn't matter. You can still start investing in Bitcoin. Find out for yourself why Kraken has been one of the highest rated places to buy crypto for the last 10 years. And also why I've been using it since before this podcast started. I seriously have. I love Kraken. It's great. Visit kraken.com/official, spelled KRAKEN.com/official, to learn more or search Kraken in the App Store. Kraken.com/official.
Well, that was interesting. I'm very fascinated by the free ticket shit. It's like insult to injury. Hey,
I
remember
wonder if they
here
send
this
free
ride where your
merch.
child died?
God, who would want to go back?
It's like they
My
they
wife
send
died and all I got was this lousy shirt.
Do you think there are people
No,
that
they
have to,
send-
like, make peace with the park? Like, they walk in and they're like, this is the coaster where the incident happened. And they have to, like, get on it and absolve their feelings and close their eyes and pray and all this.
No, I like the idea of the theme park sending like the last. You know how the coasters have like the photo zones or whatever, like where the cameras take a picture of you. Like they send the picture of that.
There's just a blur
Your
of
loved
them
one's
flying
last
out of the
ride.
seat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I hope this makes it all right.
Man, this whole episode is nothing but accidents. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Like you never really think about how often something goes wrong in things that you watch.
Dude,
or
I think
like.
about I don't know why I've just been getting these thoughts in my head, like how fragile we are, because you hear shit like this, and throughout my day, the most minor things bother me now. Like, oh, there's my laptop charging cord. What if I tripped on it and like broke my neck?
I think the
That
same
would be
thing.
it. Like, That's so scary. Like random shit can just kill you. I hate
That's
it.
why I you know those carny theme parks, the ones that are put up in like a day or whatever, they go around to different towns. I will never go to those things. Those are like death traps.
No.
Fuck that shit.
Well, you also gotta admire how resilient we are. I mean, think of the Busch Garden story we just heard. The guy fell 200 feet, bounced, fell another 20 feet, and lived. So
That's because he couldn't afford not to work.
he was determined.
Mate. He was just trying to get free tickets.
Yeah. He was
why he
calculating
jumped
the
off.
odds. He was like, look, if I work here all day, I'll get what, like $12 an hour? Or if I take this one plunge, I can come here for life and just come every single day.
Yeah. I've there was a theme park. Well, there is a theme park near me called Dreamworld, and just 2 years ago, I believe, there was a massive accident there that claimed the lives of I think 5 people. Something ridiculous. You know those river rapid rides, the ones where you sit in those giant circular vehicles and it's like bouncing around. While that vehicle was going up the chain lift, the machinery jolted or something and flipped the vehicle upside down.
Oh,
and the 5
no.
people went into all of the gears and machinery underneath it, operating that, and it was horrifying. And to Dreamworld's credit, well, they were at fault. Obviously, they hadn't been maintaining the vehicles, so they got sued to shit. Like the park was closed for 3 months or so. But to their credit, they did entirely remove that section of the park, completely deleted it and turned it into a giant memorial for the victims, which I guess is nicer than an annual pass.
Oh my God, though. That's Jesus.
It was horrifying.
Christ.
It was horrifying. I had family members who worked there back in the early 2000s, and I had frequently visited Dreamworld. So to see that kind of shit happen in the news, and I've ridden that ride so many times, it was horrifying.
Damn, that could've been
Genuinely
you.
scary. Yeah.
That's actually
Have you guys-
surprisingly classy.
I mean, it's better than just giving people free tickets to the park. I
No,
guess.
you
I'm sure
can
you've
look at
maintained
them
the things, but still.
You can look at a memorial, but you still have to pay to get in to see it. I'd rather have the
Yeah,
free
they
tickets.
charged them to come in to look at it.
Yeah.
I would prefer that it didn't happen in the first place. So, they were at fault for negligence of not maintaining their ride properly. So, they're at fault. So it's the least they could do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Do you guys have any theme park accidents near you that you can remember?
I remember, I don't know if you remember this, Andrew, but not super long ago, I think it was even Busch Gardens, there was a guy on a roller coaster who stood up and just got blown off it and fell to his death.
What?
Yeah, I do remember that. There was also another guy recently, it might have been Islands of Adventure, where he lost
Best
either
theme
a
park.
hat or a phone or something, on a roller coaster. So he hopped 2 fences to go get it, and he was fucking hit in the head by a fucking coaster passing overhead and killed him.
Oof.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So if you ever go to a theme park and you see all those fences that say "Don't climb this fence," yeah, don't
There's
climb the
probably a
fence.
reason.
Yeah,
There might be a reason.
yeah.
Yeah,
well.
scary. Now I feel mortal again. Great.
Yeah. Way to
Awesome.
ruin my fun.
Well, the people who don't feel mortal are usually the ones hopping over those fences that say shit
true.
don't enter this area. So it's probably for best if you
Yeah.
feel mortal. There was another one actually in I believe it was Texas. It was some water park. It was like a loop-de-loop water slide, and it was a kid went down it and got decapitated halfway up. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but people say that his head rolled out the bottom side of it.
Yeah, it was you're talking about that, the water park where they had made this ridiculous drop and then the kid went down and got decapitated on it. It was in
Yeah.
Kansas or something.
Up in the loop, it was a water slide that dropped off initially, and then there's a loop-de-loop in the middle, and the kid went up and a
That's-
piece of metal.
You're
might have
talking
struck
about
his head or
Action
something.
Park, aren't they? Aren't you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Action Park. It was something else.
No, but I know
Action-
Action Park.
Action Park's
Action
the one
Park
where
was
people
also
got hurt
wacky.
every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
they
it
just
was an
kept coming
action
up with
park.
stupid ideas for rides that were like shockingly dangerous.
Yeah, but that was like kind of charming in a way because you knew what you were getting into if you went to Action Park. It sounds like that was their main selling point. If anything, was you might die.
Cool.
It's like God is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. You know how we all just fuck around and make death traps
yeah.
in those games?
Yeah.
Here's a roller coaster straight into the ground.
Fuck, what was that park there? The one where the kid got decapitated. Anyway, it was pretty fucking horrifying from what it sounds like. His head, it was like a horror movie. Like blood started gushing out the bottom into the pool, and then his head rolled out. His body was still like mangled up the top of it. It's fucked up.
At least he was having fun in his final moments.
We don't know that. Could have been horrifying.
All right, well, just take everything away from me, Jackson.
All right, so we
What are
got
some
one more
fun
big
accidents?
topic. We have
Okay, go
one
ahead.
more big topic of the day, and this is one Charlie knows all about because it's been happening over the last, I don't know, few days. It's been fun to read about, though. Charlie, do you want to talk about the skincare scandal on Twitch at the moment?
It's not on Twitch, but yeah.
It is on Twitch. What? She's a Twitch. Oh, she's a YouTube streamer, isn't she?
Yeah, it's also not on Twitch. It's just a bunch of Twitch streamers talking about
It's
it.
on the internet in general. That's
Yeah.
not the point.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Go.
Yeah.
No, I don't want any inaccuracies.
You and your pathological need to call Jackson out. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? It's just giving you a lead.
Just because we all like doing it doesn't mean we always have to do it, you know?
You're right. That may have been a bit far.
Yeah.
Basically, YouTuber and streamer Valkyrae released a skincare line, but it was promoted as a blue light blocking skincare line, which is it's spotty at best.
Yeah.
Basically,
What does that even mean?
so the
Oh, from
claims
your
were
screen?
yeah. So blue light from your screen is damaging your skin, and this was the solution. With the
So
claims.
the idea is that blue light is bad for your eyes because it's associated with sunlight and bright lights, and it like dries your eyes out and hurts your sleep patterns. And there's like, you know, consensuses here
Well, yeah,
and there
for your
that say
eyes.
Yeah. So
eyes make sense.
blue light is bad for your eyes, as a lot of people like it causes eye strain. Like there's a lot of consensuses out there that say that. But this skincare thing was going another level and saying blue light is bad for your skin and it causes like aging and wrinkles and all this shit. But that is completely and utterly unscientifically founded. And also, apparently the people who did research blue light said that you would get the equivalent thing of what she's talking about after sitting in front of a screen for about 8 weeks straight. Meanwhile, the problems that she's talking about are caused by sunlight in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so that's the start.
In other
Okay,
words,
hang
she's,
on, I got the,
she's selling bullshit, basically. Total
Snake
bullshit.
oil, yeah.
Okay, so God damn it! Hang on, I misclicked. I want to play the ad. I want to play the promo real quick.
I
It's-
would
it's
not
really
do that
everybody.
because they could
Yeah.
copyright us.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, and it's also not
Copyright
like
us.
it's like an interesting ad in terms of like what it makes claims of. It's
Is she copyright striking people?
She can.
well, the company is. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be her. It's the company.
Oh.
It's not just.
She's
her
a
product.
co-founder, isn't she?
No, so on stream last night, she went over everything. She's apparently a creative collaborator, but they told her to put co-founder. So it seems like the company was trying to. Yeah. It
That's
seems
even
like-
slimier, dude. What the
I
fuck?
know.
This feels
I know.
like the second coming of the bully hunters, where it's a company not at all understanding their audience or like anything.
What it sounds
It-
like
it's-
is some Chinese like knockoff product that they've approached a creator with like a slimy contract, and she signed it because money, and now she's like tied into that, and she
No.
can't get out of it. What? No.
100% no.
What?
I don't know
yeah,
Valkyrae
shut the
super
fuck
well.
up, Jackson. Jesus.
I don't
There
know
we
her
go
super
again.
well, but she would absolutely not scam people. She doesn't need that money. She could have just released a normal skincare line for significantly more profit as opposed to a niche one. But she chose this one because I'm positive this company presented some bogus research that she really believed blue light was a bad, harmful thing. So she just got really invested in it and motivated by their garbage. I don't think this
So
was
she's
like
just an
a
idiot.
plan. She got scammed. She got scammed. That's what
Well-
I think.
Whoa, wait. You say that just because you say she's rich, so that means she can't scam people. Rich people scam people all the time.
If she wanted to scam people, she would have just released a normal, shitty skincare line, because that's appealing to significantly more people than a blue light blocking gamer brand.
I don't know, man. Look at Gwyneth Paltrow.
I disagree.
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow is marketing to her exact audience. Like, that's going directly to them.
So Valkyrie marketing to gamers isn't?
Yeah,
I guess that's a good point, I suppose.
Streamers sell gamer chairs. They don't sell you regular office chairs, right? So it's their audience.
Yeah. They sell
Gamer
gaming
cream.
peripherals. They don't sell fucking office chairs. They don't sell regular headsets. No, they sell
It just
gaming
wouldn't make any
headsets and
sense
gaming mice.
from her perspective. It wouldn't make any sense, though. Like, it'd be a completely unnecessary thing, because she would have stood to make more from just selling a skincare line as opposed to blue light blocker. 100%.
But look at it from her perspective of how she was approached by this company. She is not necessarily getting the idea to sell skin cream, but if a company comes up to her and goes, hey, you can sell gamer skin cream and we're going to pay you $30 million to do it, or however much, that sounds like a much easier deal.
Yeah, I guess maybe, but I don't think it was like a planned scam or anything like that. This just seems like a very shady company that took advantage of her and then threw her to the wolves. Like, them telling her to make herself co-owner on social media is a big tell. Like, it just doesn't seem.
How is she not in the know in that particular that example right there? She had to individually put co-founder in there, and she knew that she wasn't a co-founder. That screams that she's just as shady to me.
It just screams that she got scammed and didn't bother to like really go deep into the research. We didn't even finish talking about it. All the claims of like the research they did. So they said they did all these independent studies to debunk the myth that blue light is safe for your skin off of the computer or something. So they had these oodles and oodles of research, which Ray has said she saw and was blown away by. But they refuse to publish it because they're afraid it'll get stolen. So instead, when you go on their website, where they said you can find the research, if you go on their website, it's just WebMD articles about blue
that's
light.
what I saw.
I'm on there.
But wait, can we talk about that very briefly? What the fuck do you mean that they were afraid that their research will be stolen? Isn't the research meant to prove that their product is viable and their product is actually meaningfully useful?
Exactly, like it's a scam. It's a scam. Yeah,
it sounds like.
Well,
a
how does
scam.
she not know that? She's either a scam artist or she's stupid. Which one is it?
Defending her honor so hard, like anyone with a brain can tell that this is idiocy.
Now, hang on.
There's no way she wasn't in on this.
It could be unscrupulous on both parties. It could be the company is trying to scam her and push a shitty product to make money, but it could also be she just saw dollar signs and didn't fact check her shit and just went, yeah, put my name on it.
That's true. That doesn't necessarily make her a scam artist.
I likened this to when Andrew and I went to that carnival and I got scammed. She was talking directly to that company. They approached her with all of this evidence that she's not a scientist. So she's getting all of these papers and all of this evidence that's telling her the blue light menace is going to fuck everyone in the ass. And if you help us promote this product, you'll help a lot of people, this and that, filling her with all of these like good ideas. Similar to how when Andrew and I went to the carnival, the guy's like, you can do this and make your money back, you know, and then he shows me that you can do it. But it turns out you can't, because he was using a heavier ball from a different angle than me. So no matter what I do, I couldn't get that money back, and it wasn't real. It was a scam.
Okay, so how does the timeline continue here? Give us at what point did you realize, oh fuck, people are making fun of this?
Yesterday. She went on stream yesterday to address everyone talking about it and all of their concerns. It seems like she still 100% believes in whatever pseudoscience they showed her, which is unfortunate because that's sad. You don't like to see people taken advantage of like that. But she did go on to say, like, it is a lot of her fault that it has become this deal because she didn't do her due diligence in making sure that they were going to publish the things they said they were going to publish, to confirm the studies were as legitimate as they said they were, this and that. So
she's doubling down, but we're not necessarily sure if she's doubling down because she believes it or because she is contractually obligated to do so.
Right.
She can't necessarily talk bad about that's something that she's, you know, she signed on the dotted lines. She's obligated there.
That's the big encapsulation of this, all of it. We don't know. She could be saying all of this out of her ass. She could understand from the very beginning it was a scam and just be saying this to cover herself. We don't know.
to put this also in perspective, you guys will remember, we are also guilty of something similar. Robinhood. We used to promote Robinhood on this show. That's a fucking scam.
They weren't a scam back then.
We didn't know it was a scam.
Exactly. We didn't know.
Right.
Even though we had used the product, we had endorsed it, and we liked it. But we didn't know that Robinhood was as shady as it is.
But this is
They
different.
never approached us asking us to say that we were co-founders of Robinhood.
Yeah.
I know. It's a little different,
Yeah.
but just to put into
Also, it
perspective, like how
wasn't-
you don't know.
They hadn't done anything back then yet. There was the whole GME thing that happened like a year after their last ad with us or something.
I know. It's just to
Yeah,
put it in
know.
perspective,
This is-
though. You
have to
don't
be
really
pretty fucking
know.
dumb.
You don't
No.
really know a lot of the stuff. Like it's
No.
not always like nefarious.
Well, we also don't know if it is. You know, we have no idea where she's positioning this, whether she's completely
Exactly, yeah.
lying entirely to cover herself, or if she's actually innocent and didn't know any of this. We
It just
have
wouldn't
no
make
idea.
sense to me.
If she's-
It just wouldn't make sense to me if it was like a planned scam, like she knowingly went out there to mislead people. I think she completely bought into whatever they showed her.
Can we
sure.
get all the cards on the table? How close are you to Ray? Just so people don't accuse us of being like biased or anything. Are you friends with her or anything like that?
I've only really played with her for like Among Us and Rust, but it's always been like a positive experience. Like she's
Okay.
always been super nice, and she seemed very genuine from the times I've talked to her and played those games with her.
Okay. I just want to get that out there just in case anyone accused us of
Oh, I did say
bias.
that in the beginning, though. I did say that. I thought.
Okay. Well, I have no bias against her. I don't care about her one way or the other. I haven't, spoken to her or anything like that. I think there's only there's only two possibilities here. She's either pretty inept, like she did something silly. She didn't like look into the thing that she was promoting, which happens. That happens. But I think it's pretty disingenuous to claim that that's not irresponsible. Or
I never
she
said
is,
it wasn't, but yeah.
she is a scam artist. Those are the only two possibilities, and neither of them paint a very pretty picture for her. And look, you're right. That kind of stuff could happen to anyone, especially in this kind of industry where sponsorships come by pretty quick and fast. And I would think in that situation though that she would have an entire team set up to handle those kinds of things.
I would think so too, but I think what happened is they went directly to her. They worked in conjunction with her.
That's
as
what
The
opposed
claim
to-
was that she'd been working on this for 2 years as well, correct? I read that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
said that she's been working with them for 2 years on it.
That's what really
Oh, that's so
concerns me. The
cringe.
fact that they wanted her so personally involved. I mean, like, if you listen to us or other podcasts, it's like, this is the ad. This is an advertisement. We are paid to say it. Whereas with her, they wanted her to slap her name on it with co-founder, and she was
Yeah.
working with them for 2 years. It's like, that's where I get kind of who knows which way this is going, because she's been doing it for 2 years and didn't stop to talk to someone else or figure it out.
How
or-
can we believe that at this point, though? How can we even know that she was working on it for 2 years? Now I don't even believe that because she said she was co-founder, and now she's not. So what is it? Did you actually work on this for 2 years, or did they tell you to say that you worked on it for 2 years? Which is it?
Yeah, I guess that's just hard to know.
Yeah. I really
Well,
don't
now
think we
she-
can
now,
make a
from my
judgment on her in
perspective-
this.
No, well, maybe not, but I think we can make the judgment that we can't necessarily just take her at her word from whatever she says about this anymore.
Oh, that's
Like,
what
who knows
that's
kind
what I
of-
was saying. We really don't know whether to believe her or not at this point. And we
I
may
mean, to
never.
be fair,
Oh,
she is doing more than most people would in this situation. She's like tackling it, not in the best way. Like the stream she did last night, she talked a lot about like fake friends, which I thought was very not appropriate. But she also did say
Fake
how disappointed.
friends?
Yeah, because she was like, which friends reached out to her and supported her, and which ones
Oh.
didn't. And she read like DMs and shit sometimes. So like, that wasn't a good look. But she did also like was very critical of the company, saying like they did some shady shit by not publishing what they said they were going to publish, by not informing her that the studies aren't going to be public and stuff like that. So she did like take shots at the company too, as well as her involvement in there and taking responsibility for some of the things like co-founder. She should have never said if she's not actually co-founder. But there's only so much you can do when you're bound by so many contracts, which she also says that she is contractually bound that she can't just leave, even though she wants to. So As far
That
as
sucks.
Oh wait, she publicly said that she wants to leave the contract.
yeah, she said she wants to distance herself from the company after all of this, but she does still believe in the product.
See, that right there is really shady to me. Oh, I don't want to be associated with the company, and I don't like that this happened, but the product's really good. Like, really?
But to me, that just shows that she was truly fooled, like really like fooled by whatever they showed her.
But you don't know that. It could also be she doesn't want the product to flop because she's contractually tied to it. We don't know.
Like this. Yeah,
We
there's
don't
no
know.
way to know.
Yeah.
This is one of the rather really, really stupid scam products I've ever heard of. This really is like bully hunters.
Yeah,
This is incredible.
It's the new bully hunters. Yeah.
It's called like Reflect, by the way. It says on its side, they still have her among the people at the company, by the way. When you go to their Who Are We page, she's the first name there. Who should use Reflect products? Everyone who uses a screen, whether that's your phone, computer, tablet, television, or any other device. All digital screens emit potentially harmful blue light waves that can be damaging to your skin. However you spend your screen time, there's a Reflect product for you. Beautiful. What do you guys think is like the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly dupe an influencer into promoting?
Anything
Probably
crypto
those
related.
vagina eggs.
Literally anything crypto related.
Crypto is ripe for scams.
Good point. Yeah.
Interesting choice for what we said earlier this episode.
Well, Kraken's real crypto. I'm talking about like peddling some kind of shit service, like a completely
thank
illegitimate
you.
thing.
No, I'm glad you clarified because I genuinely do use Kraken regularly. And
Well, no, I know that's
No,
a
we're talking
real
about, like,
service. I'm
yeah,
talking
'cause
about
it's
like
shit
startup
coin
crypto
scams.
scams.
for those listening,
Or,
Kraken
like,
is an
Save the
actual
Kids.
exchange with a ton of vouch behind it and stuff. Like, look it up if you don't believe us. Kraken's
You
great.
can buy real crypto.
Yeah, like
Bitcoin,
actual coins. Yeah,
instead of
look at the
common coins or
research.
whatever.
yeah. But you guys, you mean like shit coins and stuff and rug pulls.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a bad one then.
Like one of the most recent ones was that Save the Kids scandal or drama where some YouTube people used crypto to scam unfortunate people out of their money, claiming that it was for a charity to save children, and it wasn't.
You know what's another big one that I think always makes you look bad? Promoting betting. So the people who do
Yeah,
like
like
Counter-Strike skins and shit,
Oh,
that always looks bad. When you're promoting child gambling, that never looks good for you.
Yeah, look, as far as things go, as far as products go, I don't think there's massive harm with this one. I don't think it's like
that's what I said.
I don't think it's super dangerous or anything.
Well, it hasn't
I just
been
think
sold
it comes
yet, has
across.
it?
Well, no, it is sold. Like it's actually going into Ulta this week or something. It is still misleading and it is still extremely disingenuous.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
at the very least, compared to all the other influencer scams, you're not like hurting yourself. You're getting like mediocre skin cream at worst.
Yeah, I'm
compared
sure
to
like
like a Rubet or
moisturizes your
something.
skin or some shit. It probably is just regular skin lotion
It is
with a gimmick on
absolutely.
top.
It is literally probably just skin lotion that you have been fooled into thinking does more than it does.
Yep.
No,
Which is on you.
actually, you
And
guys.
also-
it has the, sorry, Andrew, but this is a trademark technology, BLPF, niacinamide, glycolic plus lactic acids. They cleanse, decongest, and renew, and save you from dangerous blue light.
Well, hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's really nail this down and point out how fucking stupid people are. The people who believe that this works. What's the difference between this lotion and lotion with sunscreen?
Well, if you looked at the claims, Andrew, you would know that the blue light from your computer is different than the blue light from the sun.
Yeah, come
light is
on,
different than
Andrew.
light. God damn it, you're right.
Yeah, you
Just go to
fucking moron.
WebMD.
Did you not know?
Idiot.
Blue light is a high-energy, short-wavelength light that falls on the spectrum of visible light, just like UV rays from the sun and infrared light. It's emitted by the sun, but also your electronic screens from laptops to phones. But you need a different cream for the two, because reasons.
Yeah, you need a different cream. So even their own research says that this light comes from the sun and the monitors, but you need a different specific cream for just the monitors and not the sun. Because fuck you, buy our product.
Yeah,
I really
it's-
want to see their research.
Lord.
Jackson, you and me both know there was no fucking research.
But what did they show her? What did they show her? Like a picture of dollar signs and a picture of very happy.
They drew a little stick
to-
figure with her standing next to a pile of cash and like a sun and like her product and
I have to imagine the research they did was just a whole bunch of unsubstantiated claims and like cherry-picked data or something that's probably not even real.
So it was she just believed a Word document that said our cream is good from Mr. Scientist.
Well, you have to keep in mind, research means like nothing. You can hire researchers to research anything. Like Charlie could hire somebody to research and find that he's the tallest man in Florida.
I mean, we've talked about how easy it is to get science papers published. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different to get them like peer reviewed, right? Like actually.
Yeah.
Well, theirs is not peer reviewed. That's if it was peer reviewed, it would be public. It would be a published scientific paper, a study. Theirs is not that. It is apparently some kind of Krabby Patty formula that they're locking down in a vault.
I still I can't get past the fact that this is elementary schooler logic. If you're afraid of blue light from computers, how do you not realize that comes from the sun? And then in that case, there's literally no difference between this and sunscreen. It's so obvious. Fuck.
Why
I'm on their
are you even
page.
afraid of blue light? I don't understand.
They actually openly say that it's literally just sunscreen, though what they're bragging about is all the extra crap they put in it. Like a complex of 3 rice actives extracted through a patented process. BLPF, a Japanese plant extract. And yeah, this is just woo-woo crap.
Japanese? That's foreign. That means it's exotic and it's worth paying like $50 a bottle for. Wow.
It has antioxidants.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Dude,
I love all these
is it
health
mostly-
buzzwords that do literally nothing.
Is it mostly girls that watch Ray, or does she have a mostly male
No,
audience?
she has a wide array of viewers.
Yeah.
Like she has a lot of male and female viewers. She's just an
They're-
extremely popular presence online.
There are definitely a bunch of female viewers that like role model her though, and those are the ones probably buying this.
I just can't imagine the people in our audience. Like, it's such a weird product to shield to people because I can't imagine like little Timmy comes home and puts on his Reflect sunscreen or UV screen before he sits down and watches a Ray stream or whatever.
Dude,
It's
that's
just
like,
so...
you deserve to get bullied. Like, look at this fucking door. You put on sunscreen to play a video game? Fucking Melvin.
I know. God, so stupid. So stupid.
Well, you could also,
Alright.
if this was a real thing, like if blue light was bad for you, I could totally fucking see it. Like Andrew used to wear Gunner gaming glasses because the light hurt his eyes. So,
But that's
You know.
that. I said that at the very beginning. Eyes is completely
yeah,
different.
no, I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, if this was
Yeah,
real,
how dare you
it
insult
wouldn't be
Andrew?
like
Did you see how
embarrassing.
offended he just got?
Hell, I'm wearing sunglasses right now to protect my dry, sensitive eyes, but that doesn't mean I'm going to start
If it
smearing on
was a real
sunscreen.
thing, it wouldn't be like an embarrassing thing. Like if blue light really was like fucking melting your skin, like maybe
Yeah.
I'd even throw some
What
on
if
before
what if
hopping
she's
on.
right? What if she's 100% right, and in a decade we get tons of research proving her right, and she just gloats like a motherfucker about it?
It doesn't change the fact that this wasn't done or conducted extremely like slimy and shadily. It doesn't
True.
negate that.
True.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
Oh,
Feel free
well,
to
I'm
come on and defend
pre-ordering
yourself,
anyway.
Valkyrie.
Good lord.
Valkyrie, whatever the hell.
What a
Are
fun
you going to
episode.
pre-order, Charlie?
Am I gonna pre-order? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just might just take a trip down to Ulta and get some.
Oh man,
Just
it might
in
be a
case.
fun. It might be a fun review.
This is a great episode. It's been nothing but people's misfortunes from start to finish.
Yeah, it's been nothing but accidents and like bad stuff.
And scams.
What-
Yeah.
What did we say we were going to call this episode at the start? I don't even think it's
Colossal
relevant
dick
anymore.
destruction.
Yeah. Okay.
Or catastrophic, one of the two.
Not really indicative of the topics, but yeah, it sounds cool.
Just show us rubbing the skin cream on our dicks and like they're melting off and burning and shit.
God damn.
Yeah.
Let's just call it
Oh.
episode 256 with the Blackjack.
With Alec Baldwin.
All right.
Alright.
We can wrap. We can wrap on that note.
Yeah. Rapid
Alrighty.
Jackson.
Thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode. We've been The Official Podcast. You can go over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast, where we share our own stuff like bonus episodes, 60-minute bonus episodes over there, designed to protect you from the harshest of sun conditions. If you listen to it, you'll be fine in any condition known to man. Just head over to WebMD and look up random articles, and it'll probably point to us being correct in that situation. That's everything. We'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Everyone.
Bye.